Hi there, signs of Scorpio. This is Kim here to do a next 48-hour reading for you. I hope you're doing really well. So we're going to get right into your reading. As you're watching this, let's go ahead and start off by imagining that divine white light, that connection to source, divine love, grounding you, going through all your chakras and going up. And I will connect with that too, as I'm imagining the same thing, creating the same thing with you. And we're gonna get some messages here. That's my mom in the picture, my angel, and I picked some flowers for you also. That's for you. That's for you. I have 11, diving for light. Diving for light. Diving for light. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Diving for light. Okay, this is what I got that from, the Lana Fairchild Sacred Rebels Oracle. I will read from the book just for this one card to get us started because, yeah, I can't say it like they do. I really can't. So I want to make sure I give them credit here. All right. Diving for the light, Scorpio. It says, how brave are you? You are diving for light. It can be much simpler to seek light in heavenly areas, blissful, sweet, loving, and kind. So to look for the light that is in the dark place is an advanced task that only the rebellious and brave heart will attempt. It says, you may feel that you have taken such journey by choice, or you may not feel that you have taken this journey by choice, yet you have taken this wise challenge on from deep within your soul. Your innermost being, your light worker. You're meant to be in the dark areas so that your light can shine, so that you can be the light for others. Okay, so back to the book. It wants you to experience bold and fearless trust in life and become further empowered to live it with zest and courage. So this speaks of a time when you're called into darkness through life circumstances, situations, relationship challenges, or inner struggles that defy clear understanding. That dark might be a creative block, a sense of being in a void, or feelings of depression, rage, sadness, fear, or anxiety. And there might not be an obvious cause, I'm going to add, especially if you're an empath. Especially, I mean, yes, especially right now too. The darkness might be generally accepted or socially acknowledged, but there is a socially acceptable or obvious reason for it, such as maybe a death, divorce, or retrenchment. However, there might not be any kind of justification. Like, wow, this is a big one. Okay, so you are actually right on track and where you need to be. Just know that. Says our creative process and our spiritual path go through similar turning of the wheels. There is spring and summer in the seasons of our soul, and as well as earthly ones too. An autumn harvest and a death inherent in winter, when energy is concentrated and pulled within to seek out the darkness here, where it can rest, regenerate, and simply be. So when diving for the light, you must be able to bear the darkness, understand it has a purpose, just like winter does upon the earth. It's not an error or through lack of consciousness that you are here now. But as a testament to your spiritual growth and your creative process, it's not a sign that you are lacking or stalling. The healing process below might help you. Okay, and particular guidance is that although you are powerful, you may feel vulnerable at this time. So you need to be alert to sabotage and criticism that would make your progress more difficult than it already is. That would be rather unnecessary. At least some of the people around you might be more attached to their fear and doubt than to their faith in your process, in your ways of creative, rebellious, the spiritual path that you're on that does require for you to trust unconditionally. They may be frightened due to a lack of understanding, and you do not have to carry their fear. I like that. You have your own process to attend to. They can choose to be inspired by your journey or frightened by it. They are free to respond as they wish, and whatever those responses are, it's part of their journey and for them to work. You will also need to be vigilant. Yeah, vigilant. What is vigilant? That is not a word. You will also need to be vigilant against darker forces within you. These are the voices you might not expect, particularly if you are a pure-hearted being who typically resonates with love. These voices or feelings during this time might surprise you with the dark intensity. They might be feelings or thoughts of hate, terror, or wanting to sleep because anything further is just too hard. Whew. They may contain vicious criticism of yourself or telling you that your inner work is pointless, unoriginal, not worth it, or stupid. These dark forces might try to tell you you're on the wrong path or suggest you fail. And who the hell do they think you are, right? It says you must stay in your heart and not believe these dark forces. Stay in compassion. Fear creates the energy of anger, hate, and destructiveness. And these forces are too a part of life. You do not have to be frightened by them, nor do you need to deny the existence or try to ignore them in order to find light in the darkness. You just need to hold compassion and be intelligently aware so you can avoid being seduced into the trap of needing to prove ourselves or into mistaken belief that you need to fight against darkness. It's too easy to get caught up in trying to heal the dark. Darkness just is. Recognize it when it's there and be in your compassionate heart. And all you have to do is make the choice. Will you stay in your heart, or will you be seduced by darkness or overcome by hate or sleepiness? Diving for the light is a spiritual test. It's a threshold for all true and creative work. We successfully navigate our way through this test and pass through the threshold into new creative birth by staying connected to the light of compassion here in our own hearts. It is not an easy test, but it is one that you must be ready for. Otherwise, it wouldn't be coming to you now. So just remember, it is the light of the heart that sustains. It exists within us, even in the darkest depths of unknown terrain. Goodness. Woo! So, so I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a breakthrough spread for you. Because I like the advice of like not to fight darkness. To be almost like that light, that source of compassion and love in the time of darkness. Wow. The Breakthrough Pyramid spread. Well, obviously by the name, you know that there's going to be a breakthrough card, right? That tells you what your breakthrough is. There's six spots in the spread. The first one's going to focus on what is I'm going to say, what is the darkness that you're dealing with? The second spot, excuse my voice here. Let me get some more coffee. The second spot is going to be your challenge. The top of the pyramid, breakthrough pyramid, is going to be your breakthrough. Then you'll have your strength card, your outcome card, and then the last one will be your advice. Ooh, Scorpio's giving me an intense reading today. Okay. We can do this. Alright. So I'm using Tarot of Oppositions. And there's two sides. Okay, so there will be no reversals. It would just be either it is on the upside or then the other side. They're split into two. So let's go ahead and get a card for your darkness, or what darkness you're experiencing at this time. What is the darkness? What is the darkness? Page of Pentacles. The darkness is trying to tell you to hold on to an old way of investing or an old way of doing things, and the light is saying that it's coming back to needing to do something in a different way, a different investment, having a new the darkness is trying to keep you in the holds of doing something in an old way, and it's not working. So what to invest in, or is there any good news when it comes to finances or on the material realm? Like, Is there ever going to be a path that leads to something good? What's the challenge? Five of Pentacles. Yep. Yeah, okay, so the Five of Pentacles is about feeling like an outsider. It's about feeling really left out. And as you see, this person looks like they're in a dark spot, you know, especially the way that this came out. So feeling like an outsider, feeling like, God, you can even feel it. To me, it's more about on the material realm, what you feel like you are lacking and what it feels like to be in the shadow in this lack. And if there were only a path, it's almost like the pathway that the light is wanting you to find. In a way, getting there is dark. That's what it feels like. So this can be financial. This can definitely be financial. It can be about just your basic needs being met. It can be about health, poor health, or challenging health issues, concerns. Wow. Okay, we're going. I've been there. Experienced that. It's a scared feeling. There's your breakthrough. There's your breakthrough. The Queen of Swords. Oh. The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, your breakthrough has to do with your direction. Your direction, and using that sword to cut out any kind of situation, people, places, or situations that are not serving the highest good for who or what you're trying to protect. This is your integrity, and this is you honoring yourself and following like the direction of your north node, which is like where you're supposed to be. Cutting out, I'm gonna have to get more information, but sometimes this means about being really strong about communicating, like, this is my boundary, because it can be an energy of somebody trying to take advantage too, and this energy needing to cut out a certain person or situation because of that. So you're gonna have to draw boundaries and have stronger communication while maintaining your integrity and following your highest path, the high road for you. Worrying more about that. There's no fear. There's no fear with this Queen of Swords. Six of Cups here. This is the, oh wow. This is the strength. The Six of Cups in the reverse. Your strength has to do with what you have already dealt with in life. Feeling separated or alone. Feeling it's coming across as lonely. It's like having to do something on your own for such a long time. But it's now your strength is like what the strength that you had to find in a situation where you could have or should have gotten more attention or more healing, more connection. But because of a disconnect, it feels like because of a disconnect maybe with other people, then your connection to divinity, source, God, your angels was probably heightened. Might be why your light's so bright. Wow, okay. Eight of Pentacles is a good sign. What's that outcome looking like here? Your strength could be somebody that you need to heal things with in a soul family connection. A child, possibly. Or your inner child. going to give 2 for this outcome because, okay, so I have the Queen of Pentacles and I have the Justice card. I felt something about working towards a goal, and with that 8 of Pentacles, working towards a goal, partnerships that are equal, balanced, and fair, the scales balancing out your truth. You should be very proud with this Queen of Pentacles energy. There's some kind of truth coming in about an energy that you would have thought here in your past would have been more warm or compassionate for whatever life circumstance it handed you, where you felt a little bit alone and had to fend for oneself in a way. Let me get your advice card and then we're going to do clarification on all of this. Okay. Breaking a pattern, especially like a family pattern of escapism. We're not taking good care of yourself during hard times, handling stress in maladaptive ways, and holding on to heartache. Not taking good care of yourself. These are the advice, is to not continue a pattern from family like that. Also, advice is to set tougher boundaries with anybody that you feel might be like emotionally kind of like manipulative. The 3 of Swords is here, and it's really suggesting like a fear of facing the feelings and emotions with heartbreak. Maybe something that happened as a child. I hate to say that if that's triggering for you, but it's not letting go of that pain. And then escapism, it's just being pointed out because it brings in the dark and it continues the cycle of things that aren't going to work. So I'm going to use my little tiny tarot. Love it. Love my tiny tarot. And we're going to clarify with it. Wow. Okay, so tell me more about the Page of Pentacles. What is this pathway that you have to find? It's to have clear focus and intention, and to be really aligned with something kind of rather new for you. And this is also about being aligned with the right people that kind of like share that vision. Give me another one. Whoa, and the Star. Once you're aligned, and I hope you already are, and this is just like a reminder, you know, and if you aren't, then there you go. There's your advice. If you already are and you're already starting on this, this is a reminder that you're doing good, and that even if you're still in a dark place, you'll pull out of that. Facing some kind of heartache or some feelings from the past is going to be kind of necessary to work through them. The Star, though, that's like something coming true. And when it's like a physical manifestation, a hope that you've had ever since you were maybe little. And all of these things do happen when we use that Queen of Swords energy and say, no, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to focus on what is good and truthful for you. Feeling alone or like an outsider. Tell me about the challenge. Page of Wands. Just want some good news. Wanting some good news. The good news card. Finding the good news in the dark space. There it has to do with how you're taking care of yourself. Health, how you're taking care of yourself, and loving yourself to the extent where you're going to be the most receptive to a loving energy coming back towards you. Tell me about the breakthrough with the Queen of Swords. The Death card, putting an end or closure to some things because you're in a transition. Perseverance, never giving up on yourself. You are the wounded soldier, but now you're the warrior. You're the Queen of Swords. Now you wield the sword. And one of your main people to beat is this devil energy. It's the main thing to cut out is a toxic attachment, addiction, or vice, or a fear of not having enough. It's part of your breakthrough. Tell me about the strength. The Queen of Pentacles. You can do it all. Even when alone in a soul family or your actual family, even when alone, you're able to do all roles. Be the nurturer, protector, provider, all of that. Queen of Pentacles, all at the same time. You've done it before. Oh, and you have the Empress as your strength too. These are very motherly energies. These are really nice, loving, nurturing, divine feminine energies. It's about being open and receptive to receiving it, which starts ultimately by the advice of taking good care of your own health and how you receive love from how do you treat yourself versus you can treat other people real well. How do you treat yourself? Wow. Okay. What about this outcome? Justice and the Queen of Pentacles, which is good. These are good. And bringing about some massive change for you. Two cards. One is sudden change, a dismantling of what was old. With the Tower, something falls down, all falls down. It all falls down. Na-na-na-na-na. It all falls down. 9 of Pentacles. Here we go. It's a financial gain, a windfall. It's you being independent. It's entrepreneurship. It's a winning, a windfall. That energy, whatever increases in your finances, I feel like it's going to get, with this focus and determination with the Knight of Swords, bringing about huge change, yeah, especially with the Tower. Hello. Huge change is going to bring in not only, like, so you've already got, like, spiritual prosperity and spiritual strength with that breakthrough with the 9 of Wands. And now you have another 9. Now, so the outcome of your spiritual strength against these devil or fear or addictions or anything that, the outcome of you cutting those out of your life is going to be a massive windfall and change for you. And it's not the easiest. It won't be the easiest. But you do it. You could do it. If you want to do that, you can do that. Okay, advice here. I have heal something. Rest, rehab, rest, recover, feel. I also have the Knight of Wands, which is things start moving, picking up. Your passion for things starts picking up again. Your interest for your passion starts picking up. The 3 of Cups, you're going to want to celebrate. And then the 7 of Swords is having wise discernment for any kind of like sneakiness or underhandedness around you, being able to see it, and then you move away from that. Give me another one on that 7 of Swords. Needing to find relationships, that our advice is to find relationships here, or the calling them in by doing these things that are going to balance the scales out. There'll be more reciprocal and you'll have more success with them. Ooh, heavy reading. Okay, so tell me more about these energies here, Spirit. So you're on somebody has you in their thoughts, a connection. Maybe if you're missing somebody, I don't know if a mother passed away, because that might be what that is. Like recently, or it could be in the past too. I mean, anytime in the past, but you're on somebody's mind, or you're heavily in somebody's thoughts with the 16. Ooh, wanting you to be very, that is great fortune. Wanting you to have everything that you deserve, not wanting you to settle for anything less. Could be a mature man also here is popping out, the mature man. Change. And it looks like somebody is moving with the stuff in the car. Looks like a chair and a bunch of, so pack your bags. A message, a written letter, or some kind of communication. You're about to move out of this dark period. And then the main male. And the main male. Another letter card on the split. Okay, what about being heavily in these people's thoughts? Seeing you trapped in fear, or trapped in addictions or vices, or in toxic relationships is what they feel, and Spirit feels they want to turn around or change for you. Just need your help, your cooperation with that. Getting you out of an unhealthy situation could be literally making you sick. This could be a very controlling energy that is around you. And your breakthrough would be breaking it off. Cutting it out. Hazardous to you, to your health, the scythe. Getting sucked into depression or anxiety sometimes, and then escapism instead of the solution to the problem might be something that is also like a pattern. Instead of moving forward towards a solution to change something. Oh, look. And then there's your golden ships coming in. There's something with finances getting better, a move. And long-term financial stability with the anchor. Finding a place to drop your anchor, where you're actually going to want to drop roots at, or grow roots. High honor. Respect, high honor. And spirit child coming through with the child. And there you have Clover. Good luck, fortune. Just be careful. There are snakes in the grass. As always, as they always are. But it's like they can't touch you when you take care of yourself so well, like this. It won't be able to affect you. Get ready to receive some kind of gift. Some big gift from Spirit. And that's what I've got, guys. What was a heavy reading? If you need a private reading, please don't hesitate to reach out. In the description box below is how. And we're just going to go ahead and pull some Oracle of Genetic Gifts and wrap up this reading. Rather intense reading. Clover, good luck. Fortune. Something good, finally. Something was hazardous to your health. Something is hazardous to your health. Too many. Soul number, a numerical symbol for what your heart desires. You can look that up through numerology. Instagram platform, spiritual aspirations or missions. Clairvoyance, clear smelling. Meditation teacher, teach, heal, and wellness. Number 8, mental plane, seed crystal, 8 through 10 chakras activated. Also, communication or maybe a Twitter platform might be relevant to you too. Spiritual involvements or participations. Rainbow child, indigo child, Delta generation born between 1988 and 1998. Coming out of a dark night of the soul, path of initiation. And there is energy here about spiritual gifts and wisdom inheritance from the mother's side. Okay, what is your angel number message? 5. Change. Flexibility is your forte. When life throws you a curveball, you can easily adapt to new circumstances and find excitement in unexpected change. Be brave and bold in your endeavors. I'm adaptable. And now we have AA. That's literally you're wealthy. You're going to be very wealthy. I told you you're already spiritually strong and wealthy. And so once that happens, you've unlocked a whole lot all other ways of becoming wealthy and prosperous. So 8, it says your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are self-sufficient and capable of achieving your ambitions. 8 representing the ebb and flow, the infinite loop of creation. I am successful. And 12, I am a visionary. Creativity is a driving force in your life. Your imagination is rich and you're able to express your feelings and insights in unique ways others can benefit from. I am a visionary. That's what I've got. So I'm sending you much love. Like, subscribe, come back, hit the notification bell, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.